day 27, and I'm feeling blue. Hey. Why am I starting with a dice? And why am I only starting with half of my steps? What happened? What happened? Why do I only have 23 steps? I am legitimately clueless. I can redraw this. That's funny. I guess I'll take a shelter. And not even bother to go in. I know there's a gem in the safe, but I would need to wait for an hour of in-game time to even get at it. Well, I guess I'll put a bedroom here. That helps me a little bit. With the half steps issue. Did I not get a good night's sleep or something? What happened? Confusion. At least there's that. And this. That's fine. This is also fine. Courtyard. Corridor? Sure. No box here this time around, but there is a sledgehammer. Storeroom here is fine. Something that goes left, ideally. These do not go left. That's not a huge problem. Take the morning room anyway, because it's very nice. Courtyard again. Okay, there always seems to be something good in the courtyard. Either a box or a useful item of some variety. Conservatory in the corner. Ooh. You're already commonplace. Well, I don't want to make you any rarer. You're good. Boudoir is standard, which I think is probably fine. It's a room with a safe in it, which is always one gem. So it's not a bad room, but it's also not great. The office is standard. It's all fine, it's all fine. I don't really want to change any of those, honestly. is a bit of a shame. I would rather some rare rooms show up there so I can make them less rare. The drawing room here is cool. Locked. Also locked. These are all pretty bad. Redraw. I'll take a vault. Money. Money. Does only leave me with one gem, however. You draw. All it is. Well, I want something that goes left. You'll do. I am now keyless. Turns out that's just fine. More or less. I would love a showroom, but I don't have the gems for it. Alright, math. What does the square mean? The square means it's squared. That's still 9. That's 16 divided by 8. Well, now we have things can be squared to deal with. Shouldn't be a huge problem, really. Great. That is not what I wanted to see. This is very much not what I wanted to see. Well, I'm gonna need the steps to really do anything. If this will still even really do anything. Why am I still being beeped at? Ah. Coin. Can I even make it back? I can. I've not given myself a terribly winding road, so that's one good thing. Yeah, nice fog at the entrance, so I can't see the outside unless I'm in this room. Tomorrow I start with 20 extra steps. Whatever. This run is a bit of a write-off anyway. Ooh. There are arrows on this bit of wood. Does that mean anything? Maybe. Maybe not. Either way, we are now stuck. Not every day can be productive. I do want to have a look down here again, because it's been ages. I need a light. I need some way to get past boxes. Is there an axe around here somewhere? Surely there's an axe in this building somewhere. The place is big enough. And I still don't know. Well, I still don't know about you. And I still don't know about you. Look at how many apples there are now. And other such ponderances. Well, blessing of the gardener wears off now, which might be a good thing, really. 4 green rooms, and they're all next to one another. A green room's more likely when next to another green room. It might be, or it might just be pure coincidence. I want more libraries, really. That's what I need. More libraries so I can get more books. So I can read more things. Yesterday we had no steps. Today I have all of the steps. That is a very two-dimensional waterfall. It's fine. You might actually be worth it. I have a lot of steps. I can get back out of the house easily if I need to. That could be a good money generator. Away. Storeroom. And drawing room. Fine by me. Nice early drawing room. Nice conservatory. Aha. Common. Bedroom. I'll actually turn down by 1. I don't think the bedroom is overly useful. Mail room. think also just standard. I don't think I want it to be commonplace, because it's a dead end. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I do, because then I'll get packages much more often. Like, 1 in every 2 runs is a package. That sounds pretty good to me. Amazing. Convenient indeed. I don't think there's anything other than the packages that I want out of this room on a regular basis. Trunk is locked. Not worth spending a key on. I only have the one. Redraw. I'll take a lab. Just in case it gives me a get letters experiment. It doesn't, but it does give me a permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. Draft a hallway from another hallway, add 1 gold. Let's do that. Sounds plenty fun. Arla, yes. I think... I might just take you with me and not bother with the box game and see if I can't use this key for something else. Like, I'm particularly curious to know if it's a workshop option. Corridor is bleh. Take a chapel, even if it is -1 coin for walking through. These are not hallways. Take the 3 keys. Take the 3 keys. Beep. Beep boop. Keys, keys, keys. See, now here's a workshop. This is not a room that I need the letter for. I already know it. It's an R. Okay, the wind-up key is not an option in the workshop. Good to know. Observatory. I'm out of gems, however. Everything is 50% off today. See flyer for details. What flyer? Oh, that flyer. The sale! Only valid at the commissary, kitchen, locksmith and bookshop. that at all. Oh, and the safe is permanently open. I do not have to re-enter the code. Maybe the bunker safe is permanently open as well, then. I need a pool. Just because it goes the right way, and there's a key-carded door. Brilliant. Brilliant, amazing, fantastic. Room pantry. Bruh. And I am stuck. Loads of keys and nowhere to go. Well, at least we got some good stuff in the conservatory this time around, but that was really all we achieved here. Charming cottage indeed. Day 29. Hopefully featuring more success than yesterday. Do. If there's anything there, that spot kind of looks suspicious. Well, I can check right away. No, there is not. There is nothing here. I do like having this pair of items, though. These are very nice items, very useful. Good to possess. Good start. It's fine. Better than fine. Do 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 do. Jim, one key or one die? I did read the latest patch notes, or at least the small bit of the latest patch notes that wasn't completely, hey, there are spoilers in here, don't read this. I read the non-spoilery patch notes, and this changed from one key, one gem, or one coin to one key, one gem, or one die, which is a slight improvement. More bedrooms for random stuff. It's a solid from me. Very early patio that doesn't do a whole lot. I'll take a mailroom. Sleeping mask, 2 gems, and 2 keys. Very good. That's an orange. I can tell, because it's orange. Drawing room, lovely. Morning room, lovely. Doing. And this way. It's a right range of not very great options for right there. It's better. Better indeed. Also good. Office, locksmith, parlor. Poke around this room forever. The gems are not in this box, the gems are in this box, the white box is true. If that's true and that's true, then that's false, which doesn't make sense. So this must be false, which means this must be false, which means this must be true. If that's true, then they're not in here. If this is false, then they're not in here, which means they're in here. Veranda. Meh. Meh. There's a boiler room, but we already have a lab on the map, and it is nowhere near here. Are there any other rooms that need power, do you reckon? I'll still take the room, just because it has exits, and I need the exits. That is very good. Still, yeah, that still lines up with this being the word 8. It's gonna be the same message I've already decoded once. Wish I knew what the third component of this was. And I wish I knew what this meant. There is rafter space in this room. Don't see anything up there. Keycard system. Edit it down. Who keeps editing it back up again? That's what I want to know. Redraw. Hallway? It's almost as good as a passageway, and it costs a whole lot less. Drafting studio. That's a new room. And it lets me permanently add floor plans. Three, 4, 4, 2. What bit of paper do I even want to write this down on? This bit of paper will do. That also means there might be... Huh. Tell you what. I'll write this down, but I'll also take a screenshot of it. 3, 4, 4, 2. If we're counting the apples on the ground, it could also be 4, 4, 5, 2. Or even 5, 5, 4, 3, maybe. Also, screenshotted. Yoinked. Copied onto a picture. And saved. Calendar. Save. Fantastic. I have this to refer back to. A very detailed paper model of a safe. Okay. That is in the study, I believe is the name of that room. Cool. I also see is a chess piece on my screen. Where is the bit of paper that's talking about that? I need a filing system for all these pieces of paper. Drafting studio. Horn black. Another spinnable globe. I mean, I see the big obvious important thing, yes. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. The Great Hall, partitioning plan for Saturday, December the 5th. The Great Hall's plan changes every day? That means this is not that useful to me. Good to know, though. And there's also the room that I'm in right now. Where looks like this section might be hollow. Maybe. If this is an accurate depiction. But otherwise, yes. That is the room that I am standing in right now. In the drafting studio, you'll be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to your draft pool. Dormitory, clock tower, the kennel. Each time you enter a dormitory after drafting a drafting-related room, gain 10 steps, and it's a bedroom. Tomorrow you start with 1 key for each time-related room that you draft today. Or each time you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. The clock tower, I think, seems the most useful of the 3. Also, it just seems like an interesting room. I mean, they all seem like fairly interesting rooms. And I'm sure I'm gonna want them all eventually, but this seems the most immediately useful. Done. Well, I guess getting all of them is only a matter of time. Hey. Okay. So many options. That one, I think, is the one most pressing to me right now. Do I have any other time rooms? I have a morning room. It's also a dead end, however. Plus, you know, bookshop. Not that I can afford anything right now. But if we get a vault, then we can. Carriage Terrace, West Wing Hall. Let me also take a screenshot of this. Now these are all colour types of room. With, I guess, grey just being empty room. I could make this configuration of rooms, though it would be tricky with 3 bedrooms in a row like that. Still. Save for future reference. Clock tower again. That must be a fairly common room. There's also the study, which I'm also interested in. Because I know where a safe is located in this room now. Well, yeah, I already knew that. It's plainly visible. How did that little drafting plan help me? I need to go back and take another look at that room, apparently. So yeah, the whole get a study on D8 thing, that's still a thing. How far back was that? Not very. Hold on. I mean... How does this help me? So I never really looked at this globe properly before. This is not Earth. Much Fine. It's not like I'm gonna have any fewer gems. Just the thing I wanted to see, and I don't have the gems. Bah. What's the nearest clock? Where's the nearest date? Why are all the picture frames in this room blank? Okay. The security room has pipes in it. Vents. Which bit of paper was I cracking that on? Not there. Not there. It's all family tree stuff. Here, rooms with air vents. Security room. Three-way. Ah, there's a clock. Also, the security room has a night in it. Pretty sure I have never spotted that before. No, I have not. Night. Black. I'm gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs until that clock goes round a bit further. Don't mind me. Right. It is almost 12. Let us go and sit in the ballroom and see if anything happens. I'm thinking that something may happen, because he's referring to clock hands and time and clock striking 12. Whether that is supposed to be 12 midday or 12 midnight, it kind of feels like it's supposed to be more midnight than midday, because, you know, the clock striking midnight, the glass slipper, pumpkin carriage, etc. That entire shebang. I don't think anything's happening. Okay, well, if it's supposed to be midnight, then we can either wait for ages and ages and ages, or we can maybe do something funky with time and the clock tower, is what I'm now thinking. Anyway, it doesn't look like anything is happening in there. And I don't think we have the steps to really get anywhere else. So, calling it. Five drafting rooms. Still, progress was made. Day 30. Yoink. Okay. To the orchard. And now I need to re-find the bit of paper that I just wrote some numbers on. Here it is. Right, let's try some numbers. Three, 4, 4, 2. No. 4, 4, 5, 2. No. 5, 3. No. Getting the picture back up. Surely it's related to this picture. 1. 4, 5, 3, 4, 4, 5, 2. Could also be 5, 4, 6, 4. No. One, 2, 3. Six, 4. Seven. Darn. Doing it like that makes no sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hmm. That's annoying. Thought I had something there. But it seems like I'm missing information still. I'll take a root cellar, I suppose. The most useful room in the world. At least not without a shovel. With or without. Shovel would be lovely right about now. are a ton of dig spots already. One. Where's 16 gone? Down there. 20. Five. Keycards. Very nice. Very good. Most wondrous, in fact. Redraw. Nope. No luck with the corner room. That is fine. Ding. Mail room is fine. Boop. Mystery. Hey! Shovel. Also magnifying glass. Perfectly happy taking a dead end, because I kind of want to walk back through some rooms anyway. Let's just do a guest bedroom. Car keys are nice. Let's put our shovel to some good use. How many times am I going to walk down this little section of path during the course of this game? Numerous times, I feel. Steps replenished. Lots of steps replenished, and a couple of queens. Well worth coming down here. Making my way downtown. Big spot in here. There was two. Yet more steps. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to be running out of steps today. That shall not be the limiting factor. Should definitely not be the limiting factor. Laboratory, workshop, do. They're both rather good. Workshop. Hey! Battery pack. I would love to create some new items. That sounds wonderful. click. D6. Should be just fine to get to. Nothing. Something. This is looking like quite a nice run. Just have to not dead end. Absolutely nothing. Redraw. Bedroom. As well. Not that I need more steps. Also, hey, not that I need more steps. Not that there is a step shortage or anything. Because I can assure you there ain't. Is there an arrow pointing down? What does this mean? Does this mean anything? Surely this must mean something. Redraw. Something to use my keys on. This is a room where I can use a bunch of keys. I need gems. Is what I need right now. Not keys. Not steps. Gems. You'll do. One way to net me some gems, hopefully. Boxes next to this box contain gems. Boxes next to this box contain gems. Boxes next to this box contain gems. Well, we know that you're false. So one of these is true, and it doesn't really matter which. That room. Okay, time to get some lore. The History of Orinda. First edition. Algera to Egera by Caleb Manning. Orindia was once the name used to designate the realms of the Eastern Waters, though the term is no longer employed in the halls of politics, nor commonly known by the average citizen. Its memory flickers in the hearts of those who hail from the lands it once encompassed, and many of the older generation, in hushed circles, still refer to themselves as Orindians. Yet we must not let the flame of our history dwindle into the obscurity of whispered conversations, nor permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon the name of our land. We must keep alive the embers of our past and preserve them for the generations yet to come. Algira... Lagonde is mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. We can deduce from these legends that Oris had but one aim: expansion. Territory fled forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, the black banners of Orindia could be seen fluttering in every hamlet and hostelry along every thoroughfare from Oris all the way to the western banks. A new kingdom was born. Castle Orindia. Split his vast domain into 3 shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. The eldest, he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift and called his new realm Orinda Ares, after the angelic patron of royalty, Orinda. To the youngest, he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms. A wild and untamed expanse, which was at the time not as developed, but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Uraja, the mythical realm of the ancestors, a land steeped in tradition, magic, and the poetry of the old tongue. As the Second Era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distant regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite their differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives, and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the Third Era was defined by the construction of a vast network of railways that spanned the length and breadth of the land, linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of the Aegera. This development facilitated travel and commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. A promise that, unfortunately, as my readers will soon find, could not be kept. As the kingdom of Orinda Ares entered the 4th Era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Decilets III was a king who listened to the voices of all his subjects, from the most influential advisors to the humblest of citizens. He was a king who was often seen among the people, eating, drinking, and conversing, a sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court, but the masses as well, who could scarce believe that they, as peasantry, would ever sup with the crown. Decilets was renowned as the king of the people, and it was therefore a surprise to no one when he made the decision to move the capital from the secluded mountains of Reddington, that's where we are, to the public stage of Oris, leaving castle and court behind. The people were overwhelmed by this choice, and the city welcomed their king with open arms and great fanfare. Yet not all was swayed so easily. There were those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of the station, and were wary of how readily he could be persuaded by the tears and tales of the common folk. These dissenting voices planted the seeds of discontent that took root in the lawns and gardens of the nobles of Fen, or as they have been instructed to say, the grand city of Fen. Yeah, the way this was black-boxed before made it seem like this king was a total drunkard, but no. As I kind of figured. After the passing of King Decilets III, the 4th Era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died naturally in his old age and surrounded by his people in Oris, far away from the growing unrest among the western city of Fen. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the self-proclaimed Prince Leosin of Fen declared himself the true monarch. His declaration was bolstered by a surprising number of supporters due to the fact that Decilets IV shared his father's good name but little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a centre of splendour, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city streets stained in red. That is one small steamship. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbours. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Leosin to form a formidable army. Together they leveraged their political influence and favours to persuade the nearby realms of Archer Ares and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favour, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Prince Leosin himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Horus had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags that flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place red banners were hoisted in honour of the fallen of Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. Today, the realms inherited by the 3, Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Aegera, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our people has grown, our connection to this land remains strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realms serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. And as those trees continue to grow, so do our hopes for a common future. A future where we are not defined by the colours of the banners we raise, but by that which connects us, a land that we each call home. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers, of our mothers, and of our children. This land is, after all that has happened, still Orindia. But not if the censors have anything to say about it. Clock tower it is. Only because this thing makes me super duper curious. Well, now I'm even more curious. There's a large pendulum. Ladder. Pipe section. Clock tower. Clock tower. Clockety tower. Clock tower. Rook. Black. Maybe I should have just noted B or W. Never mind. Too late for all that now. Southward I see a swan, ashen like sands of the shore, carried by westerly winds, rode like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. Okay. I do not immediately have any much clue what that means. Or why there's a section of broken whatever that is up here. This clock is moving backwards. Is that supposed to happen? Also, this one is broken. The gear is not turning that other gear. Huh. Huh. So I can see a tower with a moon on it from up here. Somewhat suspect. Okay, well. The room sure is suspicious, but I'm not sure what to do about it right now. Weird. Hey. Boing. Pebble. Card. The Great Hall could be fun. For a given value of fun. Gymnasium is perfectly fine. I have steps to burn right now. Observatory. Gems and keys, gems and keys, gems and keys. Oh, gems and keys and dies. Prism key. Just a prism key. There's no need to waste a key right here. Ooh, pizza. Dinner is served. Yet more steps. I sadly do not really require. Ah. Milk. Ah. Well, isn't that something? I can't get to that side of the room anymore. But cool. Yep. It's a wall. You know what? Seems pretty good. 5 gems frozen in place. I will definitely take. Well, we know there's nothing through that door, because I've already seen the other side of it. And I think I'm utterly dead-ended. But that's cool. I will retain my frozen assets. It's a respectable villa. Yeah, we can keep going. We could do one more. Surely. Day 31. I have 3 keys, courtesy of the clock tower. I have a ton of stuff to start with. This is an almost ludicrous amount of things. 3 keys, 7 gems, 32 coins, and I haven't even gone anywhere yet. Shelter it is. Is the safe down here still open? Yes. Ding. Probably worth giving up a couple of steps in exchange for a gem. See if anything helpful can be achieved today. Hopefully, with all of my stuff that I have. We got some good starts here. Ooh, and a brass compass from the package. This is looking exceedingly promising. Laboratory. Whenever you draft a shop room, add 1 gold to your allowance. Sounds good. Sounds bad. I will take the additional steps. That was certainly helpful. Billiard room also helpful. Four. 16 minus 6 is 10. Times 20 is 200, divided by 10 is back to 20 again. 10 minus 2 is 8. Times 10 is 80, divided by 8 is 10. The one does nothing. I'm not going to be going for this room too often. Plus I'm sheltered anyway. That's right. Commissary. +1 to the allowance. We can get a shovel. A magnifying glass. Pouring room is very good. And redraw. End up being a waste of keys, but aha, just the lever that I wanted to find. Right, now we just have to make it up to room D9. Way. Dark room. Okay. There was a thing that I wanted to look at in here. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Okay, so the room saying that there were 12 major keys is false. Good to know. That I wanted to look at was... no, it's still too far away to see anything. $11:28. I wonder what the apple tree calendar was all about then, because that does not line up with that in the slightest. 1128. I think that was just about everything that I wanted to see in here. Ooh, laundry room. Swap keys with gems at a 1-to-1 rate. Or I can get an absurd number of keys. Absurd number of keys it is. Well, I'm not going to run out of keys. Very good. This is a T, which... is there. Does this still line up with what I think it should be? Yes, it does. Okay, yeah, it's broken lever, battery pack, shovel. Equals jackhammer. It's not what I expected that to do. But, okay. More effective than the shovel at excavations. Digs deeper and finds better stuff. Like an aquarium. Gems! 3 of them. Nice find. Library is lovely here. Let's do drafting volume 4. I need a left-going room. The showroom is useless to me right now anyway, because I'm penniless. I exchanged all of my pennies for keys. Green rooms are more likely to contain flowers? I don't even know what that means. Left-facing room, please. Thank you very much. And we're in. To continue up, you must go down. The basement key. And a backtracking we shall go. Which door do I even use? We have a choice. I'm gonna go down the well way. Because it arguably required more effort to get to. Or at least it feels like the slightly cleverer entrance. Basement door is locked no longer. Reservoir. That will be to the foundation, most likely. Boat. maybe it isn't. Let's see here. Hello? Upgrade disk. Dual point streams. Foundation elevator, concealed entrance. Cliffside exit, minecart, fountain entrance. Tomb entrance, torch chamber, rotating gear, north lever. 10, buried floor plan. Basement. 10. Well, what room am I in right now? Curious indeed. I'm screenshotting this, thank you very much. And I am labeling this diagram with an X. And circled and saved as map segment. Done. Aha. Okay. I have thoughts. I don't know whether or not they're correct. My thoughts are this is somehow linked to the Rotunda room. I want to do that? No, I can't get through from this direction. Okay, well... Still have the basement key. So... the other way in? More keys. 18 keys! 20 keys! Gee. Door open. Elevator button. Oh, it's a sliding block puzzle. Kinda. Kinda, sorta. Something with the vaguest semblance of one. Are you up there? Are you a button? You look like a button. Enough to be able to jump, because I have more thoughts. In fact, I have even more thoughts. I see a thing back there. I see some stairs. Hello. Would like to be able to get back there. Is there another way back there? Can I move some boxes out the way, please? I get past little plinth. Because I'm definitely supposed to run across the tops of all of these boxes to get to that button. There's another one here. There's another little set of stairs. How do I get back there? Oh well. Okay. 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 I found a starting point. This out the way. They see me rolling. across, and a down. And a high there. Perfection. Where exactly do I want to leave you? Unsure right now. We can get back here. 100 Bells, Sandy Heights, 5 PM. North Lever Underground. West Lever Secret Garden. East Lever Great Hall. South Lever Greenhouse. How would one even get to the north side of the Antechamber? Well, via the Antechamber itself, probably. Okay. From here... up that there. This here. Oh, I do need a way out. So, move that back. Shift this over. This here. With any luck. Button. Aha! Well, what's in the rest of this room? Because I never finished exploring it. Pipe. Coupled filing cabinets, pipe, boxes, an out-of-place looking wall. Right, well, I have now explored the rest of the room. Aha. Aha, aha, aha. Good thing I moved that minecart out of the way. I now have 2 entrances to this room. So... that does not particularly help. Get that way. Gets me over here. And that gets me a complete map. And the mechanism. The mechanism has one door for each cog room in your house. Cliffside exit, basement. Ah. Hold a moment. Now, okay, so we're here. There's the catacombs, which are up behind that locked door. North Lever excavation tunnel. Yeah. Okay. Hold on a moment. There's a thing. It should be right around here. Buried floor plan. Like, where exactly? It's like comb every inch of the floor. Aha. Lost and found! Whenever you enter this room, you'll lose one random inventory item. But the room has 2 rare items in it. Added. Okay. I need... Do I want this turned that way, or do I want this turned... this way? Let's try this way and see what happens. This looks promising. The underpass. Okay. Red door. Collapsed passageway. long tunnel. The inner sanctum. I don't think I have enough steps to get back there. Correction on that, I definitely don't have enough steps to get back there. But we can but do nothing but try. So let's try. After all, I have a backup plan. We ignore the nice opened room number 46 and we go this way instead. There's at least a little bit of method to my madness. That is the hope that there are a ton of apples over here. How can I find the correct piece of paper? Sesame. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with an extra 20 steps. That is great, but not immediately helpful, I'm afraid. Gardener's logbook. Back to you. Also, gas line valve in here somewhere, apparently. What's found on the apple trees? Gas being apples. Orchard's gas line should be turned off. Where is that? It's the elevator from the ending of The Witness. Well... we are totally doomed. Since we're totally doomed anyway, let's see what's down here. Major progress is like buses. Wait hours for one, and then a bunch come along at once. Oh, that's the way to get down here. I will come back to that later. Do I have enough for this? Definitely do not, because I don't have any... I've got rooms, but I haven't got positions. All I have is Queen on D8. Not enough information. Not enough steps. Rustic shopping centre with 4 shop rooms. Still, we have a foolproof way to get into the antechamber now. And with the key from the antechamber, we have a foolproof way to get to room 46. We simply require more steps.